positive hope or whatever you will for the rest of the season. And they did play well in spots last year. And as I said, I'm sure that Absegami remembers that, and their coaches have been preaching about last year's opener, all during the preseason in preparation for, a little paybacks as far as they're concerned. Obviously, the Raiders would like to treat their home fans to a win here on opening night.
If you're watching us on CapeMayCountySports.com, you can see on the field the players from both teams. Absegami carrying the big American flag, and there's first responders, fire, police, military joining the players, their relatives and friends, and each team has an honorary captain. Ocean City's is Tom Shellcross, a 1989 Ocean City graduate. Son Bobby is on this team, and they're going to come out to center field. There's going to be a flyover here right before kickoff as well. So a nice program put together by these two teams. Jackson Neal joins us this year and is going to keep track of our scoreboards. First time in a long time that we started a season without Butch Gleason. And Jackson going to tell us what's happening so far. There's a couple of games underway.
Well, right now we have 2 games underway going on in the Cal. 2 6 p.m. starts. We had Middle Township versus Vineland, and Vineland's jumped out to a 6-0 lead in the second quarter. And then over the other games, St. Joe's versus St. Augustine, the 2 prep school powers, and St. Augustine surprising as of late as they're up 20-7.
So there you go. St. Joe's leading early and Vineland leading early. Both schools are playing games at 6 o'clock. Bud Rink and Jackson Neal. And don't forget, this game can be heard live online anywhere in the world by going to OceanCitySports.com and live video at CapeMayCountySports.com. The Heist Agency, with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. You'll find them online at heistagency.com. Call 609-399-0453. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. And Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Galloway Township, Washington Street in Cape May, plus Hamilton, Lakewood, Berlin, Princeton, and Brooklyn, New York. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. It's a big weekend here in Ocean City, Bud. The Ocean City Airport Festival tomorrow from 10 to 3 with unusual airplanes on display at the airport. A street rod weekend up on the boardwalk. Did you have a hot rod when you?
It wasn't a hot rod, but it was a hot rod to me. It didn't classify as the hot rods that they have up there, but my first car was definitely a hot rod to me.
Well, the street rods are up on the boardwalk tomorrow from noon to 4. The fabulous Grease Band is at the Music Pier at 8 o'clock. Then there's the Boardwalk Aerobatic Air Show Sunday at 1 p.m. Best places to see it are between 6th and 14th Street. Stunt pilots, military demonstrations, and the Ocean City Pop Sunday at 7:30. So Labor Day may be past, but there's still lots of things going on in Ocean City.
To honor the nearly 3,000
Let's see if we can pick up
on this date 14 years ago.
what Joe Monteleone is saying.
The 6,800 American servicemen and women who died answering the call to protect us all in the years that followed. The young men on the field standing ready to play were toddlers and preschoolers on September 11, 2001. They were happily unaware of the hatred that terrorists rained down on us that day, but are now cognizant that men and women walked into those buildings to save others, that strangers help each other escape the rubble in New York and Washington, D.C., and that still others fought and died on an airplane over Pennsylvania rather than leave fellow Americans in jeopardy. The peace of that September morning was broken by hatred, but the restoration of that peace, of the right to be safe in our homes, in our schools, offices, and communities, was wrought by countless acts of selflessness on September 11, 2001, and by the everyday decency and generosity of spirit that we shared in the aftermath of the attacks, and by those who continue to answer the call to service to this day. As we gather under these Friday night lights for the most American of pastimes, we honor all of those lives lost by simply holding on to the memory, not just of what happened, but of how Americans responded. We give thanks to the everyday heroes who have served and are serving, and who surround us still. And now, rise for the singing of our national anthem by Ocean City.
That's Nicole Fenton, a two-sport athlete with strong sports genes. Her mother and father, and I don't know which one of them was a singer.
I don't know either, Tom, but I can remember when Nicole was first singing the national anthem at basketball games in about 6th grade, I think.
Yeah.
So.
And she was out there with the field hockey team, Ocean City field hockey team behind them. They had their season opener was postponed yesterday till today, and postponed today until Tuesday against Mainland. And they're unfurling or furling the flag, I guess it would be technically, and we're ready to get this game started. Though there's supposed to be a flyover here right before kickoff.
That's a pretty tough thing to coordinate. I'm going to feel like I'm in a NASCAR event if I see a flyover, because that's pretty standard for what they do there. And I don't. We got a little bit of cloud cover here.
I didn't see the toss of the coin, but obviously Absegami's going to receive the football. The way they're lining up, Ocean City hasn't come out onto the field yet.
Yeah, they did. They did win the toss, Tom. So elected to receive. The only thing I see doing a flyover is some seagulls.
I don't think you can coordinate them from what I've seen on the boardwalk.
No, just throw some popcorn out there.
Vinny Nelson, one of the backs deep for Absegami, and he's a threat. Looks like Tyshawn Rory Cooper, the other deep back for Absegami. And Ocean City now takes to the field. Absegami all in white with the brown numerals. There's a little gold in there somewhere. And Ocean City with the black helmets, the black pants, and the red jerseys with the white numerals. Raiders set to go here. Both of these teams, as we said, coming off 3-7 seasons. Kyle Blum will kick for Ocean City. Both teams have good kicking games. And we're ready to go.
I think we're starting a little early, Tom. Maybe that's why the flyover might not have been coordinated.
You're right. It's 3 minutes to 7 here.
And they were talking 7:05. So.
Right. So maybe it'll be a flyover in the middle of the play. Low kick by Blum. It's toward the sidelines. It's out of bounds, and Absegami will start on its own 35-yard line. We are functioning in this game without a scoreboard. So it's going to be like the old days when the official will give you a 4-minute warning or whatever they used to do, and in the days before there were clocks on the scoreboard.
You got to hope that the officials are going to do that. They might not be from the old days.
They may not remember that. That's right. That's right.
Actually, the press box scorekeeper, who is an official, has gone back down to the field. So I guess he'll keep the time on the field.
Absegami out of the huddle. They've got the trips to the right. Andrew Marcucci is their sophomore quarterback. He got some experience last year. but this is his first time starting the season. He gets it to Nelson in the right flat. Nelson to the 40, and he's going to get a first down just across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He's a guy that can make things happen for this Absegami team.
Yeah, not a lot of help out there. Shane Stack fought off a blocker and made a nice one-on-one tackle out there. Again, he was kind of on an island, but did a real good job to shed the blocker and make the tackle.
Very little huddle. Marcucci takes a snap, swings it out in the flat again, but good penetration by Garrett Jones. Fought off a block, hit the receiver low, and he brings him down maybe for a yard or two, but there was more yardage out there for him if he hadn't made that hit. Actually, he's going to mark it for a 2-yard loss.
I think actually the anticipation he had on that play was tremendous.
Marcucci with the ball rolling, has a little time, fires in the left flat. It's complete at the 50, and Garrett Jones wrestles him to the ground out of bounds. Austin Shiner, who is a 6'2" wide receiver, gets the first down, and he gets it down to about the Ocean City 42-yard line.
I think the goal of some of these offensive coordinators with this hurry-up offense is to keep the color commentator not to say a whole lot during the course of the game, because here we go.
Here we go is right. It's 4 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Here's pressure on Marcucci, and he goes down. As he goes down, he lets it go, and it's intercepted by Garrett Jones. He's got room down the right sideline, and he's going to go 55 yards for a touchdown.
Wow. He had such anticipation on that second play from scrimmage time where he came up and he was right in the offensive player's face when he caught the ball and made the tackle. And talk about anticipation there. He's being dragged down. I couldn't see him. We'll see it on the replay here. He's being dragged down. And he's being dragged down from behind the quarterback, and Garrett Jones is just in the right place anticipating what's going to happen. And just a great play by him and also by the defensive lineman who was dragging him down.
I think it was Jack Sturley who was in there on pressure. And here's Blum to kick the extra point. Ocean City on top, 6-0. We don't know how much time's left. And we won't throughout most of the game, I don't think. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high, and it's good. He was 9 for 9 last year, so 10 in a row by Blum. And Ocean City jumps out to a quick 7-0 lead over Absegami here at Carey Stadium. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Carroll and their professional staff. They're waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura, Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Shoppy's is even better online. You probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy reward and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. 609-653 84 for Shoppy's since 1921. 800-842-2676 and have your popcorn delivered to you. They're online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. 7-0 Ocean City, and the Raiders will kick off again.
You know, Tom, what a good play, and just really a nice tight spiral by the quarterback from Absegami. I first thought he was trying to throw the ball away, but he did have a receiver over there. But the play was made by the defensive lineman, and I will get you his name.
Here's the kick, and this time it's high and straight, and it's taken, I thought, with a knee down. The official says no. At about the 10, they hand it off on a reverse to Nelson, and he brings it out across the 15 to the 16 or 17-yard line.
Boy, real good special teams play there. They weren't fooled at all. That's not normally a play that, you have it in your repertoire, but you're not using it usually on the first time you touch the ball down there. Jared Jones makes the stop for the Raiders, but, that's a play that you fake it a few times, and then all of a sudden maybe you lull the other side to sleep, and then you hand it off. That time, you don't usually catch them sleeping on the first time you try it.
Marcucci awaits the snap. He's got a back on either side, a receiver to each side. It's a slot to the right. He fakes, hands off to the second back, and he's hit and driven back by Christian Baumgartner. He's moved, Baumgartner has, from defensive end to defensive tackle, which in their four-man front puts him right in the middle, and he's creating all kinds of problems up the middle for teams. At least he did in scrimmages. It's 6'5", 239-pound Virginia recruit.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to move a guy like that. Now they just switch him over to the line, to the end.
Here's a swing, a pass out to the flat, and again, ball came loose, I think, but out of bounds, or after the play was down. Ball goes across the 20 to about the 21 or 22-yard line. So it'll be third and maybe 6 yards to go for Absegami.
I got to think, Tom, I'm going back to that pressure on the quarterback where we had him by behind. I think it was Joe Wakolwiak.
Okay.
Based on what I'm seeing out here now. At first, from far across the field, it looked like a 90-something, but there are no 90-somethings on the roster. You know, first game for us, too. We got to get acclimated to some of these numbers.
3rd and 6, double slot formation. Marcucci awaits the snap. He's got it back to his right. Straight drop, and he's hit, loses the football, but Absegami seems to have recovered it, but let's see. You never know what happens at the bottom of these piles. Good pressure by Baumgartner, though he's not the one that made the hit. The ball goes back to about the 12-yard line, so it'll be 4th down and about 15 or 16 yards to go for Absegami, and they'll be punting pretty much from their own goal line.
You know, Tom, what's going to happen, and putting Baumgartner in the middle there, they can't run away from him as much because he's not on one end and they'd run to the other side. And he's going to draw so much attention, it's going to open some things up for other guys.
Zach Sturr to punt. Garrett Benvenuti back for Ocean City. He's way back at the 50-yard line. It's a high snap. He handles it. Nice kick. It hits at the 42. It's touched by an Absegami player who actually was falling to the ground. The ball kind of bounced into him, Daje Anuzio. But the ball's Ocean City possession at the 45-yard line of Absegami. The Raiders already lead 7-0 and haven't snapped the ball yet.
Garrett Jones actually went and recovered that, Tom. I wonder if it hit him as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't have had to recover it. It almost looked like he felt like he had to go and recover it. I think Jackson got a good look at that, Tom, as well.
Ocean City on the field here with a wing to the right, a slot to the left. Andrew Donahue with a back to his left. Hands the ball off. Running right is Dan Henderson, who was Ocean City's leading ground gainer last year, and he gets it down to about the 41-yard line for a gain of 4.
As you said, first play from scrimmage, and if they can pick up 4 or 5 yards from scrimmage. I mean, you start off and your defense puts you in the lead. That's pretty tough. Here's maybe part of the flyover coming now, Tom. I don't know what. I think they got lights on that. Is that a helicopter or?
2nd and 6, high snap, but they hand it off to Henderson, going right, and he drives down close to the first down marker on the Absegami sideline. It looks like he is inside the 35-yard line. We'll see. Yep, first down, Ocean City.
So started out well here for the Raiders in the first quarter. Defensively started out well, and now offensively a first down on two plays from scrimmage.
They take him out, and Owen Naplasik takes his place. Henderson led the team in rushing last year. Naplasik to the left of Donahue, gets the handoff. He's hitting the backfield, gets free. He's down up the middle, has a block downfield, and he's gone all the way. Owen Naplasik on his first carry of the season goes 34 yards for a touchdown, and Ocean City leads 13-0.
And that block downfield you were talking about just kind of kept anybody from touching him after he got past the initial line of scrimmage, and that was Jared Jones keeping his man in the defensive backfield on the ground. And I'll tell you, all preseason you hope you get off to a good start, and you couldn't ask for getting off to a better start than the Raiders have here in the first quarter.
Declan McGuigan will hold. Kyle Blum to kick. He's 1 for 1 tonight, 10 for 10 in his career. Lines it up with the right hand. Has a real ritual before the snap. Baumgartner, the snapper. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. It's high enough. and good, almost into the cafeteria. So Blum boots another one, and Ocean City jumps out to a 14-0 lead over Absegami. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. This game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. Those of you watching online see some replays too as we're going through some of these announcements. Let's check in real quick with Jackson and find out what's going on the score sheet. Jackson, this is the Baumgartner Construction Scoreboard.
Well, we just had a game kickoff with Atlantic City versus Egg Harbor Township, and AC returned the kickoff 85 yards to go up 6-0 early. Then over at halftime, we have Middle Township still trailing Vineland 6-0, and at the other half, St. Joe's is also trailing to St. Augustine 20-14.
So an interesting game up there in Richland at St. Augustine, taking on a team highly ranked, winners of 21 straight. The interesting thing is, they return the opening kickoff, does Atlantic City, and I think Vineland scored on the first play of the game and didn't score again the rest of the half. Their quarterback at Vineland is very elusive, and I think he took it all away. So,
and Ocean City scored on about the third or fourth play of the game.
Has
maybe
2 touchdowns in 1 possession.
3 offensive plays.
So as you said, teams always hope for a good start. You can't ask for more than this. Ocean City has gotten their hands on the ball twice, once on defense. Garrett Jones, 45-yard return and with an interception, and Naplasic with a touchdown run. Here's Blum to kick off. High kickoff toward the right side, and it's taken on the run at about the 20-yard line, looking for some room, sidesteps a couple of people, and gets out to the 30, maybe the 31 or 32-yard line.
Well, Tom, there was a case where Absegami special teams had a run right return, because you could see the guys in the middle of the field going toward the right side as the ball was kicked, and the ball was kicked to the left side of the field, and they really didn't make any kind of adjustment to come back over there and help. That yardage was gained totally by the ball carrier or the return man.
So it's out to the 30 for Absegami on their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10, now trailing 14-0. Double slot formation. And keeping it up the middle and making a nice run is Marcucci. He gets it out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, where he's tackled by Benvenuti, but a first down for Absegami.
I love kids that can tackle like that, Tom.
Marcucci is described as very athletic, and he certainly showed it there. Got 4 receivers to the right. Hands off to Nelson, going outside, and he's pulled down by Garrett Jones, but a flag comes in.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a horse collar tackle.
The ball spotted back at the 39-yard line. The penalties against Absegami.
0 for 1.
What was it? What was the signal? I just saw
holding.
A point. Okay. They'll probably decline that.
It kind of looked like Garrett had grabbed the back of his. I guess he grabbed his jersey and pulled him down from behind. Made it look like a horse collar. Blocked out a little bit by the players down on the field from our angle, but as you said, they will. He anticipates so well here.
Loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. And they've got 4 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. All alone in the backfield is Marcucci. Takes a snap, quick look to the left side, gets it to Nelson. Nelson has some room, he's across the 50. Nelson to the sideline, I don't think they'll catch him. Vinny Nelson down the sideline for a touchdown from 60 yards away, and Absegami's on the board.
Well, obviously that's a weapon that Absegami wants to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. And you see why there. I mean, that time Garrett Jones went up again, anticipated the play, but kind of overran it just a little bit. And Vinny Nelson, he wasn't going to be denied the end once he got past the first guys over there. He is definitely.
Chris Dolan will hold. Zach Sturr to kick to try to cut. Good. City will receive. .com. For over 60 fine dining food. In fact, their wings and You need a sign? Well, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie at Blue Water Graphics creates signs for real estate and other businesses. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, whatever lettering you need. Phone Captain Charlie at 823-8891. Blue Water Graphics.
You know, Tom, it'd be interesting to see what it looks like to have a sustained drive here by one of these two teams. I mean, nothing but big play offense here so far in the first quarter, really on both sides.
Yeah, that's right. Ocean City will receive the kickoff. Stir to kick for Absegami. It's like Jones and Henderson back deep, but it's a short kick taken at the 21-yard line and straight ahead to about the 28-yard line is Matt Lashley, 5'10 junior. So Ocean City will start on its own 27-yard line with a 14-7 lead.
Let's see what I think Henderson took a shot in the mouth there, Tom, on special teams. Seems to be all right walking around.
I think it's an injury or just an...
No, he came off. They're looking at his mouth a little bit down here.
Okay. Raiders come onto the field. Naplasik will be in at that running back position. As you said, Henderson being checked out. There's a wide slot to the right. Wing back on the left side. Naplasik gets the ball off the left side, drops the shoulder and drives ahead for about 4 or 5 yards to about the 33-yard line.
Raiders go right to the line of scrimmage as well. Nobody huddles anymore. Well, you used to have to be in good shape to play football. Now you have to be in great shape.
And it makes it difficult for the defense to change. So they don't do that as much in high school as they do at other levels. Donahue takes the snap, and that's Naplasik again. He drives out for a first down to about the 38-yard line.
You know, you can gain 5-6 yards off tackle like that. That means you're getting some real good blocking up front.
First and 10, Ocean City at its own 38-yard line. Donahue, who played as a sophomore last year and got a lot of experience. He's about 3 or 4 inches taller and about 15 pounds heavier. Hasn't thrown the ball yet. Hands the ball off to Naplasik off the left side, and he drives across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. And as long as this keeps up, he may not throw the ball.
I was just going to say, if you're gaining 5, 6, 8 yards a carry, you know, go back to what Woody Hayes said about what happens when you put the ball in the air. Unfortunately, in past years, sometimes the Raiders have found themselves in situations where they had to throw where they really didn't want to.
And flag was 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
It's going to be encroachment. You can see one of the Absegami players jump across the line.
So Ocean City gets a first down on the penalty and moves into Absegami territory at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, somewhere in the first quarter. Here at Carey Stadium, we have no scoreboard clock, no scoreboard at all. But we do know slot right. Donahue takes the snap, hands the ball off, a little delay, and shooting down the left side is Henderson. Shoots through a tackle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's inside the 20. That was Shane Stack, the 5'8", 163-pound senior. He missed last year. Played as a sophomore, and he makes a big run down to about the 17-yard line. So Ocean City knocking at the door again.
I'll tell you, Tom, 2 great blocks up front there. Sam Holmes, number 52, and I believe the other was see it right here. I'll get him. Big hole.
Well, I guess Absegami's called timeout here. The ball's down around the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for Ocean City. The Raiders lead it 14-7. Boardwalk Acura invites you to check out the always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Acura models you like, visit Boardwalk Acura, 6806 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above. Brian, Carol, and their sales staff, professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Acura has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Acura, call toll-free 888-790-6723. Signal Graphics on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township is your local commercial printer with the personal service you expect. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround and great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley, Kay, or Chris at 609-569-9990. And for special service, ask for Chugger. Signal Graphics. Guy Gargan here from the Press of Atlantic City. His story will be up online and in tomorrow's paper. Jackson Neal, of course, working with us, and he'll have coverage in the Sentinel Ledger next week. Donahue, high snap, goes up and gets it. They're not going to get any yardage on the play, maybe a yard, but a great athletic play by Donahue to go up and get that ball using his basketball skills.
The play previous, the other blocker, I did want to give him credit again. It was Wakowiak on that left side, and the Raiders have had a lot of success running off that left tackle side, and I think Absegami was going to make an adjustment, so Ocean City decided they were going to do something a little different there, but I think the high snap negated what they wanted to do. A nice defensive play there for Absegami. Number 72 was Cam Monroe.
Now, we got offsetting personal foul penalties that were deep near the end zone, away from the play. The play was the high snap and the run up the middle. So the play stands. It's 2nd and 8. Donahue hands the ball off, going left, cutting back is Henderson, and he drives to the goal line and in for the touchdown.
Wow.
A strong run by Henderson, and he scores, call it 16 yards for the touchdown.
It's almost like, here we come. I mean, these are the old days of Mike Slevesky. Here we come. Here's what we're going to run. See if you can stop us, because they're running the same play, basically the same play, at least to the same side of the field, and really have had great success.
Blum to kick the extra point. Ocean City on top here, 20-7. There was a drive that you asked for.
Yeah.
There were a couple long plays in it, and this kick is blocked. That's the first miss for Kyle Blum, but Ocean City still on top here by 20-7. Sometime in the first quarter of the first game here at Carey Stadium. Our coverage brought to you by Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries, tested and trusted. And the McMahon Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. The coverage you need, the service deserve. Going on the construction scoreboard, Jackson.
Rep leading here at 6-0.
Creek would seem to be the favorite, and they're still the favorite, but St. Augustine is a lot closer than they were last year, and I don't think St. Joseph's has the overall talent that they had last year, but they do have those Horn brothers, and they are super.
And a lot of tradition.
Absolutely. 21 straight wins. Here's Blum's kickoff. It's high and straight, and nobody's there. And it rolls into the end zone. Everybody ran to their left, to Ocean City's right, because that's where he's been kicking it. And this time he kicked it the other side, and there was nobody there, rolled into the end zone.
You know, setting your special teams up for a left or a right return works great as long as the ball's kicked down somewhere in the center of the field. Mm-hmm. But that's twice now they've guessed wrong. I don't know that Ocean City's kicking it to a specific spot or not, but you know, the first kick was kind of a squibber out of bounds. That kick was a major league kick all the way to the end zone. They didn't even have a chance to return that. But I think they're going to have to make some kind of adjustments as Absegami on special teams as far as what they're going to do return-wise.
Marcucci alone again. He's got a receiver in motion from the right side. Fakes to him, goes straight up the middle, and picks up some yardage once again. Of course, he starts from 6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but he picks up some good momentum, and he's a very athletic quarterback. Picks up 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and because he starts so far back, Tom, it almost looks like he's gaining a lot more yardage than he does. He gained 5 yards, which is a great first down play, but it looked like he gained 15 or 20.
This time he has it back to his right and a slot to each side. Marcucci takes the snap and rolls right, being chased, throws on the run, and the pass is caught inbounds. He caught it, but there's a penalty, a holding penalty against Absegami that's going to negate the play.
Yeah, while the rollout was in place or taking place, the Ocean City player was chasing him down, and that's where the hold occurred just before the pass was attempted.
It's kind of like we're doing this game from a mine.
I'm telling you, this light is, we need this light, but it's bothering me.
We got a light in here. There's no light in the lights in the ceiling here in the press box are not working, and nor is the scoreboard. Probably the same circuit something, and they can't get it fixed. So we to the right, slot to the left. Marcucci has some time, throws long down the middle, and almost caught by Shiner. He got a hand or two on it. On the coverage was Harry Feifel, and he had a great freshman year last year. He's a safety this year, and he did get a hand in there, but Shiner almost pulled it in as he went to the ground.
Well, Shiner had like half a step on him, and Feifel really was able to recover just enough to cause some disruption back there. Need some help on this side.
Back to throw Marcucci, looking left. This pass is incomplete. Threw it behind Shiner out there in the left flat. So it's 4th down and about 16 yards to go, and Absegami will again punt from deep in its own territory.
Raiders were fortunate there, Tom. Absegami had 2 wide receivers split way wide right and one in the slot, and only one defender initially was Shane Stack, and then somebody came over to defend the slot guy. Luckily for the Raiders, Absegami went the other way with the play.
Stir back to punt. Right on the goal line. Gets a good snap and a high kick. It hits across the 40, and it's going to roll dead at about the Absegami 44-yard line. So Ocean City will take over on Absegami's 44-yard line. The Raiders leading here by a score of 20-7.
I'd say this is a 30-minute first quarter, and it's still not done. I thought the official was actually signaling the end of the quarter, but he wasn't.
He actually moved the ball a yard back, so it's actually on the 45-yard line. Ocean City huddles at the sideline before their first play of a possession. And now they run onto the field. Henderson will be to the left, make it the right of Donahue. And there's a slot to the right. Donahue takes the snap. It's Henderson, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, but drives ahead inside the 45 to the 43 for a gain of 2.
Might be the least amount of yardage that the Raiders have gained on an offensive play from scrimmage yet. John Seawright in among the tacklers. One of the first hits for Absegami there. We have to talk to Kevin Smith. I'd like to see them get a little bit more. I'll pick it up after this play.
And it's straight ahead, nothing there. Absegami stacked the middle, and a loss on the play, maybe of the first of the 2 yards gained on the last play. That was Henderson on that carry.
I'd like to see him get a little more creative, hold up some signs with hamburgers and Ferris wheels and things like that to set the plays instead of the kids are all looking to the sideline to get the play, and the coaches are holding a finger up. We got all kinds. We got a murder
yeah, but
around
there's
sign.
4 or 5 coaches doing it at the same time, so they don't know which one they're looking at. This time Donahue fires. The pass is caught.
Yes.
I couldn't tell whether he dropped it going to the ground, but apparently not. McGuigan, I think, made that catch. He was a backup quarterback. They moved to wide receiver, and Ocean City gets a first down on the first passing play of the game.
Yeah, almost deflected back there by Absegami. He did a nice job holding on to that football.
On the 32 of Absegami, they put Jared Jones wide to the left, receiver each way. One back, and they hand it off to him. And 2 or 3 Absegami players are on top of him immediately. So they're going to have to mix it up a little more, because they're going to start to concentrate on the running game. That's a Henderson, a loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, they obviously made an adjustment during that timeout to stop that. It's not really an option play, but it almost looks like you could keep the ball. The quarterback could keep the ball if he wants to.
Right.
Last couple of times it hasn't worked, so they'll come up with something different to counter it.
Slot right, wing back left, whistle. I guess that's the end of the quarter. They didn't signal it, but that's the end of the first quarter here at the Carey Stadium with Ocean City on top by a score of 20-7, and they're facing second and long. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base flood elevation. The all-star staff at Baumgartner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgartner family has 65 years of combined experience in general construction. Visit baumgartnerhouselifting.com or call toll-free 855-324-2700. Baumgartner House Lifting, restoring the Jersey Shore one home at a time. Vince Ionase, the certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation, tax resolution services, bookkeeping and payroll and sales tax. Vince Ionase would like to wish all the players a successful and healthy season. The office of Vince Ionase is at 231 West Glen Clove Avenue at the corner of Route 9 in Northfield. Phone 609-677-4977. Vince Ionase wants to solve your tax and accounting problems. 20-7 here, and on the Baumgartner Construction Scoreboard. Jackson, anything new?
We just saw Bridgeton take the lead against Buna as they go up 12-7 on a 16-yard pass. Other than that, St. Augustine still holding strong against St. Joe's, and no new scores besides that.
Okay, thanks. Jackson Neal with our scoreboard, and Bridgeton with a little bit of a surprise there so far. Donahue waits the snap. A second and about 14. Long count here. Now he looks to the sidelines, and they're going to call timeout. Something wasn't right. Kevin Smith has to use a timeout after a long quarter break, so something didn't work the way they wanted it to, or they didn't line up the way they were expected, and Ocean City has to spend the timeout. Our coverage brought to you by The Storage Inn, a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago, located at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. The Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Brian Bromell's sales staff, professional yet highly reachable and approachable. Boardwalk Honda, call free 877-472-6499. Here go the Rays. Second and 15. He awaits the snap. He had for it, and he couldn't pull it in, so it's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 14.
Interesting play, Tom. They had Harry Feifel looked like he was going to be the intended receiver, and he took one step back, tried to draw toward him, and the play went ahead of him, and
Jones was open too. He just couldn't get up in. Receivers to each side. Avoids. No, he doesn't avoid the rush. He's taken down. A sack for Absegami by Tyron Forrest, the 6', 197-pound senior linebacker. And Ocean City, it looks like, will have to punt for the first time as a big loss back to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's a major league play right there. Talk about fighting off a block and making a big sack at a key time. Great defensive play. When do you think, Tom, was the last time Ocean City had a 20-7 lead or a 2-touchdown lead at the end of the first quarter in a football game?
I don't know.
Been a while.
They probably had 2-touchdown lead on Deptford last year in the consolation game, but I don't know if it was in the first quarter. You saw the Pleasantville game. They did have the lead early. Here's a good snap to Donahue. Good rush. He gets a nice kick away. It's toward the corner, but it rolls into the end zone for a touchback, and Absegami will start on its own 20.
They got to be tickled about this start, Tom. I mean, you're right. There were a couple times where they did have 2-touchdown leads, but, you know, there were a lot of games where they didn't score 20 points in a game.
Oh, yeah.
And they scored 20 points in the first quarter here. That's got to be a big lift.
In fact, to be precise, Ocean City scored 19 against Absegami last year, and 24 against Pleasantville and 17 against Deptford. Those are the three high-scoring games. So they probably didn't have a 2-touchdown lead at Deptford. The most they scored in the game was 24 last year. Marcucci keeps it rolling right, and he's going to pick up yardage out about to the 25. Let there be light.
I think if we just shake the bulbs a little bit now, they may come on. See if that happens.
Gain of about 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6. Marcucci has a receiver to his right. He has a slot to both sides. Takes a snap. It looked like he wanted to hand it off, but the back was already gone, so he's trying to make something of it. Scrambles to the left, and he is hit and pulled down by Garrett Jones. Also in there on the tackle was Dan Welsh. So Dan Walsh, Ocean City stops him at about the 29-yard line. So it's 3rd and about a yard to go, but a good play by Marcucci. I'm pretty sure he wanted to hand that off, and the back was gone.
No question, Tom. That's exactly what happened. The back was past him almost a full yard when he wanted to hand the ball to him. Benvenuti also made the initial hit.
Everybody checks their wrist on the Absegami side. There's a receiver to the right, a wide slot to the left, and 2 backs in the backfield. Marcucci, 3rd and about a yard and a half, 2 yards to go. Keeps it, rolling right, nice fake. And he gets the first down out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he's an athlete, Tom. Stop made there by Tom Meehan for the Raiders.
It's out to the 33, 1st and 10 Absegami.
A big 3rd down conversion for the Braves.
Raiders give Baumgartner a rest. Donahue's actually going to come in, and Garrett Jones limps off the field.
That's not good.
Donahue does play some defensive back.
Not good that Donahue's in the game, but not good that Garrett Jones. Not good that Donahue. You know what I mean.
We got you. 2 backs in the backfield, double slot formation. Marcucci, 1st and 10 Absegami from their own 34. Ball sails through his hands, but he catches it in the air. However, a flag at just about the time the ball was snapped. Flying and a penalty.
Absegami players are pointing to Ocean City.
It's a 5 penalty against them. So it's now 1st and 5 out to the 38-yard line. First and 5. Absegami scored on a big play, a pass from Marcucci to Nelson that covered 60 yards. Nelson did most of it. It was a pass in the flat, but it goes down as a touchdown pass, and Ocean City scored on defense and then 2 offensive plays. Handoff up the middle and to about the 41, maybe 42-yard line. So it'll be third down and about a yard and a half, 2 yards to go for Absegami.
You know, I'm looking at Henderson down here on the sidelines, Tom, and Dr. Horowitz is having some discussion with the Ocean City trainer, and I'm wondering if it goes back to when he was hit in the mouth.
Straight up the middle, running room. Nice fake, but taken down as he goes up into the air. Ivan Wilkerson, the 6'1", 193-pound running back, gets the first down, bursting up the middle.
Shane Stack with the stop.
Tried to jump Shane, and Shane brought him down. They don't even have the chain set, and they're running a play here. Officials got to control that. Right up the middle for maybe a yard or two for Absegami. They're going to be short of the Ocean City 45-yard line.
Have to tell Beat he's going to have to get faster sneakers. He's going to be moving a little quicker over there on that sideline.
2nd and 9, a gain of 1.
Garrett Jones getting his ankle taped or retaped, Tom. Looks like taped.
Right ankle.
They can't afford to lose him.
2nd and 9. It's a power pistol formation. I don't know what you call that. Marcucci's going to throw it back the other way, and he completes it to the right sideline. It looked like he was in trouble, but he knew where that guy was, and he threw it right to the sideline. They stepped out of bounds, I think, around the 40-yard line, so it's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. Good composure by the sophomore quarterback.
Yep, he has good deception back there as well. Now they're actually, looks almost like they want to huddle up back here. They are huddling up.
3rd and 3. Ball's on the Ocean City 40. Absegami with it. They've moved it from their own 20. They trail in this game, 20-7. Marcucci in that power pistol. He's got slot to the left, receiver to the right. Long count. Takes the snap, drops back, looking left, fires left side, caught at about the 30-yard line, and out of bounds at a couple of yards further downfield is Vinny Nelson. So a first down for Absegami inside the Ocean City 30-yard line. I'll put it on the 28.
Well, that pass was in the air a long time to get from the right hash mark all the way over to the left sideline, and you like to think that you might have been able to knock that down somewhere along the way, but he's got a pretty strong arm.
First and 10. Yep, he does. You're right. And good anticipation.
Yep.
Slot to the right. Nelson's in the slot. Receiver, Shiner, split to the left. Marcucci takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking, has some time, fires on the run, and it is incomplete.
No,
caught. It looked like it was knocked down by the defensive back, but it went through his hands and caught, I think, by Shiner inside the 5-yard line.
Wow. Marcucci almost taken down, and then it looked like the pass was going to be intercepted over there by Donahue, and it got and
Gamia knocking on the door in the goal line situation now.
Boy, Donahue, I think he saw field in front of him.
Ball's on the 5. 1st and goal. Marcucci takes the snap. They tend to snap high to him. They hit off the right side, and there's nothing there. Ocean City's defensive line prepared for that play. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 5.
This is more like I was talking about a sustained drive, Tom. This has been some first downs and some grinded out a little bit. Things have kind of settled down, if that's the right term, since the opening 6 or 7 minutes of this football game. At least we think it was 6 or 7 minutes.
5 minutes left. 5 minutes.
There's an announcement. There's 5 minutes left in the first half. 2nd and goal on the 5. Wide slot to the left. Marcucci with 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, whistles, and flags.
Yeah, I think the Raiders jumped again. Just got to be disciplined enough to hold your position until the ball's snapped.
So they'll go half the distance to call it the 3. Probably more like the 2.5-yard line. And it's a wide slot to the left with 2 backs in the backfield with Marcucci. Takes the snap, hands it up the middle, and driving to the goal line.
I don't think so.
But no signal from the official, so it'll be 3rd and goal. They'll line up fast here. Let's see. Yes, they do.
Jeff Hoffner at the bottom of that pile.
And under center, Mark the snap. Miami signals. They were waiting for Marcucci on the bottom of the pile, but Absegami now within a score. Summer and weekends in the early fall. That spring opening is eagerly awaited by their members. They're in the weekend boardwalk for more than 100 within days at 9th Street.
Millville touchdown as they lead 19-7.
Looks like hard line trying to, but he comes to the sidelines. He's actually jogging gingerly to the sideline, but he brought it all the way back to the Absegami 45-yard line.
I tell you, it's been a series of big plays as far as Ocean City's concerned. They need a player here to guess the stack.
Stack's coming out.
Yeah. Nope. Actually, yeah, you're right.
Donahue brings the team onto the field. The Plasik will be the running back. Henderson, you said they were checking him too. I don't see, he's not out there right now. So the Plasik to the right of Donahue. He's got a slot to the left, receiver to the right. Play action, fires over the middle, and it's caught, then fumbled. Picked up by Absegami at the 30-yard line, at the 35 and down the left sideline, and knocked out of bounds near midfield. Jerry Breitzman, a senior defensive back, scooped that up and brought it back, and Absegami has the ball on the Ocean City. Looks like they're going to put it on the own 45. I guess he must have stepped out of bounds. So they've got it on their own 45-yard line after the turnover.
Well, it almost looked like pretty questionable. You have to see that in slow motion if he actually had control of the pass. I mean, it looked like, the pass was there. It looked like he caught it, but the ball came loose almost immediately. So, I mean, we don't have the benefit of, 27 cameras.
Here's a replay. If you're watching online, you can see it as well, and it is in slow motion. Donahue bobbled the snap a little bit, throws over the middle. The pass took a step or two. And here's Absegami. The ball snapped past the yard line. So it's a big loss on the play of 18 yards. It'll be 2nd and 28 yards to go for Absegami. So here in the second quarter, people are having a hard time holding on to the ball.
I agree. He took a step, Tom, but I still didn't look like he actually really had control of the football as he was making that step. But you're right. I mean, it's a football move.
Garrett Jones back on the field, by the way, with a newly taped ankle. 2nd and 28. Absegami trailing 20-14. Final minutes of the first half. He's got a back on either side, does Marcucci. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Takes his time, now gets the snap. Quick pass in the flat, and cutting it back across field is Nelson, and he's hit and brought down by Benvenuti, short of the 35-yard line. Absegami has a couple of timeouts left. We don't know how close, though, it is to halftime.
That's 2 good open field tackles.
Wait a minute, we've got a motion penalty against Absegami. It's going to negate that. I don't see a flag, do you? Oh yeah, there it is. Way over on the other sideline. So that gain is nullified. Unfortunately, they already moved the ball marker, so they got to pretty much guess where it was.
Got to get another defensive back on the field. In comes Donahue. Is
inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Need a big pass rush here.
36 yards to go, I think.
I think the clock is as much a factor as the yardage here.
Make it 31. And I don't think that's right. I think it should be 33. But they had to guess because they'd already moved the ball marker on the sideline. So they didn't see the flag either. All right, official winds the clock. Double slot formation. Marcucci has a back to his right. Takes the snap. Drops back. He's going to run up the middle. And he is picking up some yardage. Ball knocked loose. Recovered by Absegami. Garrett Jones knocked it loose. He comes up limping again. And Absegami recovers. They recover on their own 31-yard line. So it's third down. And about 24 yards to go.
He's really suffering out there with that ankle right now, Tom. You could tell.
Jones moved from safety to inside linebacker this year. And, outside linebacker. Of course, intercepted a pass in the second or third play of the game, brought it back for a touchdown. Marcucci back to throw, swings one out. That's kind of a lateral. And running room down the right side, across the 35, out to the 38-yard line. Donahue in on the stop for Ocean City, and there's a timeout called by Ocean City.
Good tackle by Donahue there. You know, it's almost like they're playing Garrett Jones as in the middle. I know you said he's as an inside linebacker, almost in the middle of the field, like a free safety at linebacker position, like a spy type thing.
They do move him to a second safety position in a passing play, so that might be what we're seeing. Anyway, Ocean City calls timeout because they're going to get the ball back as Absegami's faced with 4th and 18 on their own 37-yard line. Don't forget Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City. Their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has a newly renovated saltwater pool, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays 7 till 6, and Sundays 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. It's for more info, ocnj.us/recreation online. Here comes the punt. Good snap. Pretty good rush up the middle, but he gets it away toward the right sideline, and it's taken on the bounce at about the 25-yard line and out to almost the 30, where Ocean City will take it into play. We'll see what they try to do here, reasonably deep in their own territory at the 29 with a 20-14 lead.
Yeah, you know, you might get a little better inclination of what they were going to do if you knew how much time was left. Got to think it's...
well, there's not much.
Got to think there's just over a minute, maybe. Minute 10.
A minute 10? I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was much less than that. So they may have some time.
They got
here.
plenty of time. And they've used, 2 timeouts. So they got 1 left.
All right, Raiders come onto the field. Henderson will be in the backfield.
Baumgartner's in the backfield.
Baumgartner's, as like a wing back.
Yeah.
Jared Jones split to the right. Donahue, they put Baumgartner in motion. Donahue takes the snap, pump fakes, rolls to the left. And he's gone out of bounds after gaining about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, the receiver he wanted right away wasn't open. And he just decided, I'm going to get out of bounds as quickly as I can, get something, and get out of bounds and stop the clock. That's a pretty smart play.
Gained about 2, 2nd and 8. But he got out of bounds, stopping the clock. A little over a minute left in the first half. Ocean City leads 20-14. Donahue back to his left. He's again got Baumgartner in front. Slot to the right. Takes the snap, rolling right. Throws over the middle of Baumgartner. Baumgartner runs through one guy, loses the football, and a battle for it. It looked like Absegami was going to get it, but I think it came loose from that particular player, and Ocean City ended up with the ball.
They did, Tom, and that's thanks to Sam Holmes, who was right there to pounce on the ball. He's had a pretty first half here for the
bring down. He just got to hold that ball a little tighter.
Yep.
They're going to measure here to see if they got the first down. The ball is at about the 38-yard line. While they're doing that, Jackson, anything new?
Well, we got Mainland taking the lead over Millville 7-6. We also got a score update for Pleasantville versus Bishop Shanahan. It's Pleasantville is up 21-0. Then St. Augustine to St. Joseph's, the marquee matchup of tonight. St. Augustine keeps extending their lead as they're up 33-14.
Wow. I mean, I thought St. Augustine might beat them, but they're up 3 scores here. Bishop Shanahan came in with a loss in their first game. And, of course, Malvern Prep won at Soldier Field in Chicago in their first game.
They beat the Bears?
Beat a team from Chicago. I don't know, what, St. Rita or something like that. So, obviously, they're off to a good start. Malvern Prep's always good. Okay, Donahue back to his left. They did get the first down. Takes the snap. Fires over the middle. It's caught by Feifel for a first down out to about the 49-yard line. And he did what he needed to do, put all 3 hands on the ball after he caught it.
And stop the clock.
Yeah,
first down.
Right, and they're looking to the sideline, so they won't have to waste much time once the... there they are. They're set now. Players aren't, but the chains are. And now there's a whistle.
They don't know what to play. A couple of the guys don't know to play.
Somebody dropped a towel, and the official blew the whistle.
They're looking back over for the play now.
1st and 10, Ocean City, just about midfield. The snap. Pressure up the little flat pass.
Time over there.
A long receiver to the left. Baumgartner makes it 3 receivers to the right. And they pass.
That time, on the very far side of the field was kind of tough to tell if anybody jarred it loose or if, again, the ground was the primary cause of the fumble.
I think he's handled the ball more in this game than in the whole preseason. So maybe it's something they're going to have to work on a little bit, holding on to the ball. He was mostly a factor blocking and on defense in the scrimmages. Missed one of them. Ball's at the 50. 1st and 10, Absegami. Not too much time left first half. Back the double slot formation. Pass in the right slot, and it's incomplete. Marcucci really fired it, and Tyshawn Rory Cooper just couldn't handle it.
Nick Williams almost looked like he had a chance to catch it.
Nick, the younger brother of Zach, who led Ocean City in tackles last year, hoping to follow his older brother's lead. Back to throw, Marcucci has a little time. Fires complete to Shiner. Shiner's got some running room, and he... And Nelson is working his way free and scores.
I got to believe his forward progress was stopped when that ball was lateraled.
Well, they don't signal that. And it's 2020. A lot of highlights in this game.
Well, here it is. We're seeing it. If you're seeing it on the replay. Oh, he's on the ground. The ball came loose. It almost didn't look like a lateral there on the replay. It almost looked like
It did look like a fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled it up in the air.
And I think Kevin Smith is going to call timeout so he can talk to the officials about it. But,
they can't do anything about it.
Touchdown pass.
That happens. Here it is again. In the air, and Nelson caught the ball, and the rest is history.
Made a great run. It ties the game at 20. Touchdown pass, another touchdown pass from Marcucci.
That's just bad luck if you're an Ocean City fan to play like that. Dan Walsh looked like he was ripping the ball from Shiner's hands as Shiner was just about on the ground, and as he ripped it away, it went up in the air, and Vinny Nelson was just in the right place.
Stir to kick the extra point to give Absegami the lead. They wait a long time. Good snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. So Absegami gets 14 unanswered points and leads here 21-20 with seconds left. No time left. That's interesting. You think they would have signaled that before the extra point, but they signaled that the half is over. So at halftime, Absegami comes back from a 20-7 deficit to take a 21-20 lead over Ocean City here at Carey Stadium. And Ocean City will receive to start the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, some strange plays here in that first half.
The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Brian Carroll and their professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. You know, if you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, rangers, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it. Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. At Local Gym and Fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. You can call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. And you know, it's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Ocean City. They'll be open this weekend. The summer continues. Yards to make it 14-7. Ocean countered and got down at the end of their from 16 to make it 20. But the Absegami came back with 14 more points. Marcucci took it in on a quarterback sneak on 3rd and goal to make it 14 on the play of the Marcucci hit Austin Shiner with a pass. He the ball into the air, and Vinny Nelson and weaved his defenders 50 yards.
Tom is an Absegami. I think at that point called a timeout, and then just really settled things down from there. And a couple big plays on their side, and the next thing from Shine. The Raiders are going into the locker room on a short end of a 21-20 score. So while the local fans here in attendance get a chance to listen to the band, Jackson, Neal, and I are going to talk a little bit about the Cape Atlantic. First, Jackson, I got to teach Jackson how to, and you're going to be Butch Gleason. I mean, Butch was always had something in his talk. Rest your soul.
What we saw looking at the running game is really crazy.
Order out there on the far and runs probably well. I know you've given the schools. Let's talk a little bit.
St. Joseph's rushing, throwing, from the Herms.
They speak. Would still win here, and the other one had. the half. We've been. You have one?
It is official. St. Augustine has won 33-14. The streak is over for St. Joe's. That was 21 games.
21-game winning streak ended by the Hermits. And there's a school that's, all anybody talked about for years and years and years was their football team. Now, of course, lacrosse, which, they don't even play in the league, in the Cape Atlantic League in lacrosse, because they want to play teams from everywhere else, because they don't think that the level of competition is as good enough for them in lacrosse, and it probably isn't based on the level of lacrosse player that they've been drawing to that school. But boy, that's probably as big a win as their football program has had, maybe ever.
In a while. I mean, they did win a South Jersey championship and beat St. Joe's, I think, in the final. That was years and years ago. But you're right. It's a big step, because St. were the last year outstanding athletes, and a lot of other guys that work real hard too. So it's a big win. And I don't know if I showed you, but we can't show the people that might be watching at home, but they had special uniforms for this game. I can't. They're red, white, and blue shoulders, and just especially for 9/11. So
St. Augustine did?
What? Yeah, I know.
No, on the internet.
Yeah, we're live. Oh, you mean I could hold it up to the camera? Okay, yeah, I know that. We're not saying anything bad. We're having a conversation here with Matt Ulmer while he eats potato chips. Anyway, wanted to talk, too, about what's going on here at Carey Stadium at the school end. You can see they've taken the curbing off of the track. It's not really curbing. It's really just a drainage area now. It's not elevated. But they've taken it off in the corners because, as you probably read and heard, the track, as they laid it out, was more than 400 meters. And boy, would the track track runners have been upset with that when they saw their times.
Yeah, because the guys who came before them and set the records wouldn't have been unhappy.
No. So they had to redo it, and it apparently will be done before the cold weather sets in, so that the track team will be able to have its first track meet since April of 2013. But the cross-country teams have redone their course, so it's going to finish on the boardwalk instead of here, so that they only have 2 weeks anyway.
What I don't understand, Tom, is, and obviously I'm not an engineer, but the track was here before, and they're resurfacing it or whatever it is they're doing, and how is it not the same size that it was before?
Well, I alluded to it. You see that white all the way around the track, and the people that are, you can't, you can kind of see it at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this online. That white all the way around the track used to be a curb, a white curb. Now they took that out and put in drainage. That's what that is. If you get up close to it, you'll see it's a little drain. So in taking it out, they had to put this in, and they got I'm told, the county engineer to come in and measure it for them, and
it's another 4 inches wider than it was before.
All the way around.
4 inches all the way around. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So, but they're going to straighten it out. And finally, the teams of Matt Perdue and Kevin Green will get to have a home track meet. And you know what, bud? It's not really the meet itself, because there's not really a big home field advantage to a track meet. They're all pretty much the same, and high jumps are the same and everything else, and you can go to the other school. It's practice. It's the problem. It's tough to find places where you can sprint and hurdle and things like that. So that's going to be solved.
It's funny, too, when you think about it, and it's got to be exactly 440 yards or 400 meters, whatever they're using, and yet nobody probably runs exactly that distance unless you're running right on that edge all the way around the track. And you're probably not doing that
unless you're in front.
Well, even then, you're probably running, a couple of feet off that track, off that rail.
You got that 440 yards in there. Made Ted Kleep back happy. Back in track.
I know.
All right, so 21-20 here as Absegami falls behind 20-7, 14-0 and 20-7, and comes back with the last 14 points to make it 21-20 in a game that's been filled with big plays. None the least was the last play of the half when a completion by Andrew Marcucci to Austin Shiner, who fumbled the ball, had it knocked away from him as he went down, and then it was caught by Vinnie Nelson, who made a terrific run to the end zone. The play covered 50 yards, and it was the last play of the game. So if the play had been blown dead, the half would have ended before Absegami could snap the ball again. So the Braves lead at 21-20. They'll be kicking off to Ocean City as we start the second half of this game. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Also, the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. You will also find them online at heistagency.com. Call 609-399-0453. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Just 4 wheels on the White Horse Pike in Galloway Township, Washington Street in Cape May, plus Hamilton, Lakewood, Berlin, Princeton, and Brooklyn, New York. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. And also, we mentioned these earlier, what a weekend is coming up here in Ocean City. The Airport Festival is tomorrow from 10 to 3 at the airport on Bay Avenue with all kinds of unusual airplanes on display. At the same time, up on the boardwalk is, well, not the same time, noon to 4, is the Street Rod Weekend with all kinds of hot rods on display. And then it ends up Saturday at 8 o'clock with a fabulous grease band on the music pier. On Sunday, the Boardwalk Aerobatic Air Show. Starts at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The best places to watch it, 6th to 14th Streets up near the bay. And they'll have stunt pilots and military demonstrations. And then Sunday night at 7:30, the OC Pops will be on the music pier. So the official summer may be over, but things continue to happen in Ocean City.
And probably, Tom, there'll be some practicing of that air show tomorrow.
Okay.
If you're on the boardwalk or on the beach. If I remember correctly, last year or year before, whenever they had it that I was up there and saw it, there were quite a few practicing aircraft on Saturday.
Jared Jones is pacing at the 5-yard line. He wants that ball so bad. He's back deep. I think that's Feifel with him. No, it's not. Might be Naplasic. I can't catch his number, but Absegami to kick off. They lead at 21-20. Sturr gets the foot to it. It bounces and falls dead, picked up at about the 13-yard line, returned down the left side, and out across the 25, and close to the 30-yard line. Looks like about the 28-yard line. Ocean City will put it into play to start the second half.
Yeah, that return was Shane Stack up that left side, and Raiders will have pretty good field position to start. Not great field position, but decent field position to start the second half here. They'd like to start the second half the way they started the first half, although they do have the football.
Actually move that ball back to the 26. 1st and 10. Andrew Donahue brings him out. Jared Jones is going to split to the left. Henderson to the right of Donahue. It's a slot to the left. And a wing back on the right side. Slot back in motion. He gets a little pitch. And it's Jones. Jones cuts behind a nice block and fights off a tackler. He's at the 40 and he's out to the 50-yard line. He hit a tackler and they both kind of took a step back, but he kept his balance and picked up his stride again and took it all the way out to the 49, down to the 49 of Absegami.
Boy, Matt Lashley had 2 good blocks there. The first one, and he came back, actually blocked the same person twice to help with that big gainer there.
25-yard run. Now, Jones was a big running back for them last year. They moved him out to wide receiver. Here they got him the ball. Henderson with a nice cutback, and he's slowed down at the 44. Looked like he was going down, but he got inside to the 44. So it's a first down for Ocean City. Shane Stack actually on the carry, and he's coming out of the game, replaced by Naplasik. He gained 5. It's 2nd and 5.
You haven't seen Henderson back in the game, Tom, since he was. I do see him on the sideline though.
Hesitation rather by Naplasik, and he's finally knocked off his feet. A nice, real nice tackle by Ivan Wilkerson. He actually, the ball came loose, but it came loose when he hit the ground. So he managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. It says 3rd and 10. Donahue looks to the sideline. So they lost 4 of the 5 that Stack gained. Trips to the left. Baumgartner now shifts out to a wide receiver spot. Donahue takes a snap, drops back, fires, complete, and it's caught at the 40-yard line. A nice catch by Feifel. Had to wait for the official signal because he dove for it, and short of the first down.
You know, and bringing Baumgartner out there, and he ended up getting double coverage.
4th and less than a yard. Donahue hands the ball off, trying to sweep to the outside, and Naplasik gets the first down, jumps the tackle, and he's inside the 35. No hesitation to go for it there. 4th and a little less than a yard to go, and Naplasik on a sweep. You always worry on a sweep. You know, somebody could shoot through there and hit the guy for a loss, but Naplasik avoided that, got the first down. Ocean City on the Absegami 33-yard line.
Well, I don't think it was designed to be a sweep. I think he just ended up having to go there because the hole was blocked up. But he did a nice job of getting the yardage needed.
Slot left, wing right. Stack is in the backfield. Donahue, long count. Takes the snap, gives it to Stack, and he's hitting the backfield. But he avoids that tackle, and it picks up some yardage down to the 30-yard line, maybe inside to about the 28 or 29-yard line.
Actually, both Stack and I think Naplasik on the play before time carrying that ball in the left arm, going around the right side. That makes it easier for the defense to pop that ball loose coming from the inside.
Gained a little more than 5 here, so it's 2nd and a little less than 5. Stack to the left of Donahue. Again, Donahue with a long count. High snap, he brings it down. Stack gets the handoff, and he's spun to the ground immediately by Tyler D'Angelo, 5'10" senior linebacker. Back almost to the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and high snap.
Had to wait. Stack had to wait for the Donahue to come down before he could get started and give him the ball, and that just gives the defense enough time.
Double slot formation, play action, throw over the middle. That's going to be pass interference, I think. Christian Baumgartner was hit by 2 defenders as the pass was thrown over the middle and taken to the ground. The pass fell incomplete.
I don't see a flag, but my golly, 2 guys tackled him before.
I thought there was a flag. Yeah, there's a flag.
Oh, there it is.
But it's against Ocean City.
Yeah, it's going to be holding.
So it was not the play on the pass.
Oh, there's the hold.
It was away from the pass.
It was on the left. It was on the defensive left side of the line. Grabbed the guy who was just about to get to Donahue and just grabbed a hold of his jersey at the last minute to commit the hold. They're going to decline the penalty. The Raiders will have a decision here, Tom.
4th and 9 at the 32 of Absegami. They're going for it. To the left, right. Donahue with a back to his 32-yard line.
Raiders who had a pretty good.
Mark. You freak Andy with him. He's probably got some friends up there at St. Augustine. That's where he played his freshman year. And transferred to Ocean City. And his old teammates beat St. Joe's tonight. Ended their 20 winning streak. And flexed their muscles as the team to beat. Back on either side of Marcucci. Takes the snap, drops back. Now he's going to run up the middle, and he's tackled. A nice tackle. for Ocean City by Jack Sturley.
It might have been Wacolia. It's tough to tell 56 and 58. Tom looked like Wacoviak too. So one of the two.
Loss on the play. It's 3rd and 12. Back on the 30 for the Braves. Ocean City scored first. In fact, the first 2 touchdowns and led 14-0, then 20-7. But Absegami scored 2 in the second quarter to take a 21-20 lead, including 1 on the last play of the game. Now they're going to shift everything right to left. The wide receiver goes right, the trips go to the left. Marcucci awaits the snap, drops back, sets, fires toward the sideline, and it's caught for a first down. Bounds. Anthem was sidelines, but Wilkerson made a nice catch in full stride, and he gets the first down at about the 48-yard line.
Boy, almost an understatement, Tom. Nice catch. I mean, he was laid out. It looked like the Ocean City player was going to be able to knock the ball away, and he wasn't able to, and Wilkerson just kind of stretched out and made a nice running catch, and the pass right on the money, even maybe, a foot long, but Wilkerson adjusted.
1st and 10. Trying to bounce it to the outside and picks up some yardage. About 5 inside the 50 to about the Ocean City 47-yard line, maybe 47 or 48-yard line.
And Marcucci just really didn't have anything else there. But, the Raiders just real strong on defense for a couple of downs, and then he completes that big pass to keep this drive going.
2nd and 5. Absegami on the Ocean City 47-yard line, leading 21-20 here at Carey Stadium. Marcucci's pass is caught at the sideline, a leaping catch. Again, I think Wilkerson makes the catch, and he dives down close to the first down. He gets the first down. So Absegami moves into the Ocean City 41-yard line.
Similar play to the one on their first possession where he threw the interception to Garrett Jones, who raced down the sideline.
Now, the entire offensive line except the center fired across there, so there's obviously a misunderstanding of the snap count, and it's a 5-yard penalty against Absegami. 1st and 15.
Sometimes you can't tell who moved when they throw a flag, but on a penalty like that, you know whose fault it was, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That ball's staying on the ground and 10 guys are moving.
1st and 15 at the 46-yard line of Ocean City. Absegami with a 1-point lead. Marcucci awaits the snap. He's got it. He fires down the middle, and it is caught. That was Tyshawn Rory Cooper, a 5'8 junior, made the catch, came down and was hit, and yet held the ball up to show that he held on to it, and he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Good coverage, just not in position to deflect the ball away when it got there.
Call it the 25-yard line. Motion from the wingback. Marcucci keeps it, goes straight up the middle, and picks up 4 or 5 yards.
Raiders need to come up with a big play here on defense, Tom. I'll tell you, the one I'm impressed with Marcucci's throwing ability here in this football game. Throws a nice tight spiral, has a lot on the ball, and hits his receivers.
Scrambling to try to get to the outside is Marcucci. He avoids a tackle, and he gets to the sideline and is driven out of bounds. And the Ocean City tackler, it could be Wacoviak or Sturley, gets up slowly, but he's okay now. He's back on the line. However, that's a first down for Absegami, and they've got the ball down to the Ocean City 11-yard line. 1st and 10, leading 21-20.
A couple of good scoring drives the Braves have put together.
Marcucci alone in the backfield, has the slot back in motion, keeps it again, drives up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Second score of the game for Marcucci.
Wow.
And it's 27-20.
Untouched from the 10-yard line right up the middle. It's pretty tough to take that.
Sturdy kick can make it an 8-point lead. He's 3 for 3 on the night and had a very good freshman year last year. Waiting the snap. Here it comes. It's a little high. They get it down. Not much of a rush, and the kick is good. So, Absegami scores first to start the second half. They scored last to end the first half. They've scored 3 in a row, and they lead it 28-20. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Boardwalk Acura is your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. Also, you know, Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shoppy.com, you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921. Let's take a look at the Baumgardner Construction scoreboard. Jackson, what's up?
Well, Malvern Prep is still leading 20-0 over Holy Spirit. Mainland still up 7-6 over Millville. Atlantic City extending their lead 27-7 over Egg Harbor Township, and Vineland leading 20-0 over Middle Township late in the game. Buna also takes the lead 21-19 over Bridgeton.
That's a good football game up there.
Yeah.
In Bridgeton. We got a good football game here, too. I mean, it's still only one score. Seems like 2 scores, but Ocean City with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here could tie this football game. Been a lot of good action. I'm a little surprised that Egg Harbor Township hasn't scored more than 7 points against Atlantic City so far. I thought, both teams would score some points. Atlantic City certainly has scored their share. Here's the kickoff.
And it's right up the middle. Not a real deep kick, and it's out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
Raiders will put it in play at the 36. Tom Meehan on the return. Again, they're only one score, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, and we're still early. Hey, we're probably about 2/3 of the way through the third quarter here. In case you're just joining us, we are operating without a scoreboard here at Cary Field. And one light in the press box, and luckily it's right over top of us.
Right over top of Jackson.
Well, I count that as us because I'm getting a little side light from it.
We still got the spotlight on the roof. All right, it's a slot to the right. Receiver to the left. Donahue takes the snap, play action, rolls to his right. Pass is caught by Feifel. He bobbled it, but he was open enough that he had a chance to pull it in at about the 45-yard line. He's close to the first down. I think he's just short.
Yep. Actually, I didn't think they gave him a very good spot there. I thought he had the first down yardage. I thought he was really right there by the 45-yard line. They brought him back a full yard. But
second and a yard. Donahue takes a snap, hands the Stack, and Stack is hit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. He's fast, Stack, but they got to get him into the open to take advantage of that, of course. And there's a timeout. Officials stop the clock.
You know, one thing this got a cramp.
Yeah. Comes the trainer, Ocean City trainer, and the Playsick will come in and replace Stack. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week.
Got another player down behind the bench with a cramp problem being worked on by another one of the trainers here for Ocean City. That's Jack Sturley. Beth Kelly, the trainer on the field for the Raiders. That one's a calf. It's pretty warm here today.
Yeah, you got to keep drinking, not only as trainers will tell you, not only during the game. but well in advance of it.
Dr. Horowitz, you see there on your screen if you're watching online, one of the greater gentlemen, not just in the medical profession, but just a great guy. Loves his Ocean City sports. His daughter was a Miss Night in Venice contestant this year.
He's walking pretty. It gives him a bottle and says, "Drink this."
We haven't, and I'm wondering if when that shot in the mouth, if they're
102, handoff in the backfield, and there's nothing there. He's stopped at about the 41-yard line. That's Naplasik. Naplasik is a elusive runner, but when 2 or 3 guys bear in on him from different directions, it's going to take a lot of that away from him. Henderson's more of a powerful runner and sometimes can run through those situations. But Henderson, as you said, is on the sidelines, and Donahue's dropping back into punt formation. And Vinny Nelson into a single punt reception for Absegami is back at his own 21. Now he's going to be joined by Austin Shiner. Donahue awaits the snap. Good rush, gets a kick away, it floats downfield. Shiner catches it at the 31. He avoids 2 tackles and brings it out across the 40 to the 41. And one of those 2 guys is slow getting up. Seems to be in some discomfort. Ocean City is not a deep team. They have a lot of starters back from last year, lost mostly offensive linemen. Most of the rest of the team is back. But they do not have depth, at least not experienced depth. And injuries could hurt them. But this looks like another cramp based on what Kathy Kickish is doing. She's stretching out the leg. Don't forget Guy Gargan will have his story in the Press of Atlantic City tomorrow and online tonight. Guy's a wizard with his technology stuff, and he'll have it up in moments after the game is over. And Jackson Neal will have his story in the Sentinel next week. We mentioned earlier the field hockey team trying to defend their South Jersey championship. Was supposed to kick off Thursday against Mainland, and that was rained out. Then today it was still too wet, so they moved it to Tuesday. The soccer, the Ocean City boys soccer team did play today, but we didn't get a result. They played Millville. They're also defending South Jersey champions.
That's Jared Jones on the field, Tom, that's having that calf stretched. I tell you, if you've never had a cramp, you can't imagine how much it hurts for something that's so, I don't know if benign is the right word. Boy, does it hurt.
Boardwalk Acura invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Acura models you like, visit Boardwalk Acura, 6806 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above. Brian Carroll and their sales staff is professional and highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Acura has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Acura. Call toll-free 888-790-6723.
See if we can find a Ocean City soccer score from today.
They played Millville at home. Girls played Millville away. Girls are 2-time conference champions. Marcucci's pass to the right flat is good, and a pickup of about 7 or 8 yards. A nice run after the catch.
Things have really turned around here in this football game since the first 6 or 7 minutes. We've said that before.
Chris Dolan made that catch. He picks up about 7, 2nd and 3. All alone, Marcucci in the backfield. And he keeps it, goes up the middle, close to the first down. He's hit at the 50, needed to get to the 49, and he fell forward a little bit. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. 3rd and less than a yard. Double slot formation. Marcucci with a back next to him. Hands the ball off into the line.
Didn't get it.
They didn't get it. They did not get it. So it'll be a 4th down decision for Dennis Scuderi.
Tom, looks like Millville defeated Ocean City in soccer today 1-0. on our Baumgartner construction scoreboard, if we can count soccer as part of the scoreboard.
Sure. Ocean City only gave up 12 goals in 24 games last year, so they were counting on an experienced defense and a little bit concerned about some of the offensive changes, and that reflects in that score. They only gave up a goal and weren't able to score.
A little surprise here going for this on 4th and 1 when you just didn't get it on 3rd and 1 at midfield, protecting a 1-touchdown lead. We'll see how it works out.
Double slot, 2 backs in the backfield with Marcucci. I think Ocean City came across.
Yep, they did. Hard count. Just jumped.
Illegal procedure, they signal, but it's actually encroachment against Ocean City, 5-yard penalty. So it's a first down for Absegami at the Ocean City 45-yard line. They have scored 3 consecutive touchdowns, one of them here in the second half, and lead it 28-20. Braves break the huddle. It'll be a slot left, receiver right. Nelson's in the slot. 2 backs in the backfield with Marcucci. Takes a snap, stumbles, kept the ball, stumbled, and it was covered. Wasn't necessary because he was down already, but a loss of 4. Almost 5. Second and call it 4. Back at the 49-yard line.
Hey, this is the time of the game, Tom, where it's early in the season. Maybe you're not in as good a shape as you will be later in the season. You're playing both ways. It's hot out. We're seeing it with guys cramps. Neither team has, with a huddle offense in the first.
Boardwalk Honda game. 6 City, Marmora, and Mays Landing. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. The coverage you need, the service you deserve.
Sure. There is a rule, correct me if I'm wrong, in basketball you have to have your shirt tail in?
Unless the shirt's designed to be out.
How about in football?
I don't know. Not as much. I don't see him say that much about it. I bet it is a rule.
They sure don't enforce it.
Yeah, there's a couple Ocean City players there with shirts out.
Sloppy.
I don't know about the other side. Now, something crazy happened here. The ball was snapped. It ended up on the ground about a yard behind the center. And then the official threw a flag and said it was a false start by Absegami.
If the ball snapped, how can it be a false start just because nobody moved? I think the Ocean City player was saying, didn't I fall on the ball?
Kevin Smith is asking for an explanation.
I mean, if the ball snapped, you would think it can't be a false start. I mean, it starts when the ball snapped.
Yeah, it was hard to see exactly what happened, but the ball did go back.
One other player moved at the same time. Maybe it was the guard who saw the ball being snapped.
So it's second and about 18 yards to go for Absegami. Marcucci takes the snap, has a little time, swings it out into the left flat. Nelson down the left sideline, avoids a couple tackles, keeps his balance, and gets the first down close to the 30-yard line.
But it just had to stop him in the open field. Even when you think they have him bottled up over the sideline, it almost looked like he stepped out of bounds over there. Haven't been.
Well, he was considered coming into the season one of the most explosive players around.
He hasn't done anything to dispel that tonight.
Almost as much as a receiver as a running back. But the thing is, what he does with the ball once he catches it. And that was another example. I mean, it was a 60-yard run, basically, that he scored the first touchdown, but it was actually a pass in the flat. Marcucci takes the snap, passes left sideline, is caught. A gain of about 6 or 7 yards, ball fumbled out of bounds. And Absegami looking at 2nd and 3 as they drive again. They have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns and trying to make it 4. Looks like they're about 4 yards short of the first down.
Austin Shiner with that catch. It's been big 2 times as far as that Absegami's concerned. You know, they were, what was that, second and 19, or I think it was second and 19.
Yeah.
And they get a first down.
Yeah.
You know, you think to yourself, all right, we hold them here for a couple downs, we're going to get the ball back.
2nd and 4. Slot to the right. Nelson's in the slot. Receiver to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Marcucci hands off, driving off the right side. First down, and
then Joe Okowiak, who we've called his number several times since we learned it early in the game. He made a big play early on and has made several big plays since. In that defensive line.
3rd and about a yard. Jared Jones is on his feet, but he's still not putting much weight on that right leg.
They do miss him. At full strength. I mean, he's in the lineup, but he's certainly not at full strength.
I'm talking about Jared Jones.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On the sideline. 3rd and 1. Handoff off the right side. Running room. Jumps a tackle. And inside the 10, it'll be a goal line situation for Absegami. And then he hurt himself, I think, jumping that tackle.
Yeah, it's an ESPN highlight reel hurdle. But
guy helped him to his feet.
Kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Wilkerson has made some nice catches and a nice run there. They're down to about the 4-yard line. Maybe the 5 make it. 1st and goal. Marcucci hands the ball off, and boom. Kowiak. He comes up limping. No room for Nelson at all. So it'll be 2nd down. And the ball is about just outside the 5 at about the 6-yard line.
Raiders have gotten really good play from both Sterling and Wakowiak. That defensive line, they've taken turns pressuring the quarterback. And, you know, again, there's 2 guys that are playing both ways in this early season heat. And
yep. 2nd and goal at about the 6. Keeping, rolling left, passing to the left sideline, and incomplete. He dove and got the ball, but he landed out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Shiner made a nice effort. It'll be 3rd and goal. And, of course, with Stir, if they don't score here, he can make it more than a 1-score lead.
Right.
His field goals last year weren't real long. In the 20s, as I recall.
You know,
26, 25, and 24 were his field goals. But this is like an extra point. But they still have a shot here at the end zone. They're at about the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal. Double slot. All alone in the backfield. Marcucci has a man in motion, fakes to him, keeps it himself, and nobody was fooled. They were expecting that.
That time it was Wakowiak.
And Plasik. Loss on the play of about 3 yards. So it'll be a 26-yard field goal, very much within Stir's range, that can give Absegami an 11-point lead.
I don't know if moral victory is right, but certainly is going to be a big boost if he doesn't make this field goal as far as Ocean City's concerned.
He's ready to go. Waiting the snap. Ball is, the kick is up. It's high enough. And good.
Wow.
So a 26-yard field goal.
Play, and Middle Township gets onto the board, but they're still losing 20-6 to Vineland. And
over St. Joe's to end their 21 game. Got
a couple big stops.
Plasik off the left side. He drives through a tackle. 3 or 4 yards.
Slow to get up.
The Plasik. But he does get up on his own. They did stop play for a moment, stop the clock. And here comes Stack into the game. who had been shaken up earlier. Ocean City's had some injury problems here. Henderson has not come back. Jones is still trying to stay down there, but like he's coming back. And Garrett Jones is scraped, but he's been playing and seems to be okay. So people are getting shaken up, and a lot of it's cramps. Donahue waits the snap. Second and about 13. Play action. Steps away from the rush nicely. Fires to the sideline, too high and incomplete, though. Pretty well covered out there.
Yeah,
was Feifel.
I'd say it's 50-50 either whether he threw that ball away or tried to complete it. I mean, it was way high.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of just threw that ball away over there.
Really nice job duck and rush by Donahue. So it's going to be a clock stop, third and about 13 yards to go. The ball's at the Absegami 20-yard line.
The only thing that would lead me to believe he did try to complete it was that he had some room to run if he had kept going.
And Ocean City jumps offside.
Boy,
so it'll be third and 18. They move it back to the 25-yard line.
That's two big 5-yard penalties at key situations here in the second half. One on offense and one on defense. Not that was a 3rd and 1 before, but still.
Receivers left and right. It's a slot to the right. Running back to the right of Donahue. Donahue keeps it, finds some room, trying to get to the right side. He avoids one tackle, avoids another. And he gets to the sideline, avoids another tackler, and he's going to score!
Oh, my goodness.
Andrew Donahue was stopped on that play 3 or 4 times, but he made some cuts.
On a replay, watching online, Dini, he may see Ocean City go for 2 here. That was going to be
eligible way. So the 2-point conversion is no good.
Gosh, how can you be immediately?
Yeah, it is. I think it's at boardwalk.com. Don Glenn, Legendary Al, and Chris the Rockstar will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th Street and West Avenue, right in the center of Ocean City. Well, he's going off the field on his own, but he won't be in for the kickoff.
Really like to know how much time's left in this game. You don't realize how much you miss the clock until it's not there anymore.
No, right. That's right. Next week, when we go to Vineland, they have a video scoreboard.
Ooh.
They have two new scoreboards, and one of them is a video scoreboard. They saved all the money that they took in from football, basketball, and wrestling for like 5-6 years, put it in a special account. And it amounted to enough that they could buy these 2 new scoreboards. So we'll have replays on the scoreboard next week, I think. And hopefully the clock, too. Blum to kick off. Ocean City down 5. 31-26. High end over end kick. And it's in the end zone by just a yard or 2. I mean, Absegami didn't even come over to cover that kick. If that had spun backwards, it would have landed on the 2, and Ocean City could have picked it up.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm wondering if the Absegami players were thinking like punt.
Yeah.
If we just down it, if it wherever it lands, whatever. But it was darn near down at the 1.
Yeah, it only went a yard and a half or 2 yards into the end zone, and that was on the last bounce. So they were lucky. The same thing happened before. They all moved to their left, and the kick goes to the other side, and there's nobody there. But the other times, it went easily into the end zone. This time, it did not. Okay. Absegami needs to keep the ball and run the clock, or, if they'd like, score a touchdown to try to seal this win here. And Marcucci keeps it, and he's pulled to the ground after a yard or 2. Now, again, we don't know how much time's left. They can find out on the field, so the coaches know. Ocean City still has all. No. Do they use one timeout? Yeah, after the quarter change, right?
Right.
So they still have at least 2 timeouts left. 2nd and 8. Absegami wants to keep that clock moving, even though we can't see it move. Double slot. Marcucci alone in the backfield. Really played a great game in his first start as a sophomore. Play action. Throws long down the left side, and it is incomplete.
Boy, I tell you.
You can't tell in some of these plays when the player comes down. Good coverage by Ocean City, but they've had good coverage on a couple of other plays, and Absegami's made the catch.
The word down here to our left, Tom, is about 7 minutes left here in the football game.
Okay. 3rd and 8. Absegami on its own 22-yard line.
A little surprised at making that throw downfield like that. With this one touchdown lead, you know, you'd think you'd want to eat the clock a little bit.
This guy throws the ball well, too.
I know, but still, double coverage.
Double to his right. In shotgun, or you want to call it. Fires left side. It's more than 2 inside their own 30.
Yep. Getting the first down when he went out of bounds.
But we can't tell.
Right away into your
Going to spread Donahue back at his own 17-yard line. Low snap. Low kick, but it carries to Nelson at about the 31-yard line. He spins out of one tackle, but Naplasik wraps him up and tosses him on the ground at about the 38-yard line. So Absegami, what do you think, 4 minutes? 3.5 minutes left?
Yeah, maybe.
On their own 38-yard line. Ocean City with a couple of timeouts. Raiders trail by 5, 31-26. The reason we're guessing about the time is the clock is not working on the scoreboard. The scoreboard itself isn't working, but I think everybody pretty much knows the score.
And if they don't, it's 31-26 Absegami.
Yes. That's what we're here for.
And that's what Tom Park's here for, telling the people in the stands.
There you go. I think they got 103 cheerleaders here for Ocean City. Again, they always have a large football cheerleading squad. And, of course, it's a comfortable day, so they can wear their normal uniforms. 1st and 10 Absegami, its own 38-yard line. Handoff, trying to get to the outside is Wilkerson, and he does. There's a flag on the play. He is going to go all the way. We'll see if it comes back.
Not a lot of celebrating going on from the Absegami players, so you're guessing it's going to be a hold. Oh, face mask.
Face mask penalty against Absegami. And at the end of that play, Jack Sturley limped off the field.
Well, the running back got the was the running back who went to straight arm Garrett Jones and just grabbed his face mask and ripped down on it.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Well, now Sturley did come off the field, limped off to the sideline. Then he went back on the field, and then the trainer called him off. So it's probably another cramp situation. We'll see.
That doesn't qualify as a big play by the defense, but it sure helps.
15-yard loss penalty, and it puts him back inside the 25-yard line. So it's 1st and forever here for Absegami. Marcucci Hands it off. There's spinning and all kinds of things going on, but not a whole lot of progress. Maybe a yard on the play, and there's a flag besides.
Yep. Another flag right toward the end of the play there.
Well, that's when he was spinning and trying to go for the extra yardage. Now here's another flag.
Well, one of the Absegami players is clapping before the second flag came out. You know what? It was almost looked like.
Now there's a face mask penalty against. Oh, they offset. 2 face mask penalties. He signaled.
I don't know. I just looking at the replay, and it looked like the offensive player again stiff-armed and grabbed the face mask maybe, but the defensive player, the offensive player, but the defensive player looked like he grabbed a shirt, not a face mask. There's the first face mask if you're looking at it on TV by the ball carrier again. And then I didn't see where the second flag.
Well, the second flag didn't come in until they were signaling the first one. So maybe it happened late. I don't know. Anyway, handoff inside, no room. It's going to be 2nd and 30. No running room at all. Ocean City's pretty sure they're not going to throw the ball, and they're loading up in the box. That was Nelson on the carry.
I wouldn't be sure they're not throwing the ball. This kid throws the ball pretty well, and they didn't seem shy about throwing it before, protecting a 1 touchdown lead.
2nd and 27 for Absegami. Back at their own 22-yard line.
I think time's really the factor now. Got to be a couple minutes.
Ocean City's got to think about using a timeout after this play. The slot to the left. Shiner. He takes a snap, hands the ball off, a little angle. Is Nelson at some room? I'd say 14 or 15 yards, but it's going to be 4th and 12, and Ocean City's going to call timeout.
Yeah, he a couple of Raiders there, reaching for the ball instead of making the tackle. It didn't hurt them, but trying to grab that ball to cause the turnover.
Stoley comes back into the game. Now walking 95%, I'd say. Those cramps have been just tough for these players on both sides tonight. So it's 12 yards to go. I said
apparently someone is trying to keep the time up here, Tom, and he said unofficially 3:19, so that's a lot more time than I thought.
Yeah. But they did call timeout, Ocean City. I've lost track. It is 3rd and 12, or is it 4th and 12? I thought
it looks like they got 3rd across the way on the.
I thought it was 3rd down before, but
the first down was over because of the penalty.
Yeah.
There you're seeing it is 3rd down.
Okay.
Ron Moretti holding that down marker over there.
So Ocean City uses a timeout there, and they'll use another one if Absegami does not get the first down. They'll give themselves almost 3 minutes.
I got to believe less than 3 minutes to use the timeout there.
Marcucci keeps, rolls to the left, fires, and incomplete, but a pass interference penalty. Tried to time it, but his timing was off, and he hit the receiver just before the ball got there.
Would have been close to a first down. I mean, the first down marker's at the 49-yard line. The catch would have been made at the 48. It just would have been dependent on where the hit was and the tackle was made, but just a split second before the ball arrived, and certainly no question about the pass interference. So that might, they might be able to run the clock out.
down. To 26. Quarterback, not the quarterback. That is the quarterback. Marcucci at the. So before game of the week. Time events on WPG Talk Radio 50. Brian Carroll, their professional road in Egg Harbor Township. At local gym and fitness is at 9.
I tell you, it's just a lack of discipline here. That's you just can't have that happen. That's the third time somebody has cost them 5 yards before the ball's being snapped.
So it'll be second and about 8 at the Ocean City 48-yard line. Marcucci takes a snap, hands up the middle, and running room and down to the 40, maybe the 38-yard line is Nelson. Never actually went down.
It's going to be first down.
But it is a first down at the Ocean City 39-yard line.
And the unofficial time we have up here in the booth is pretty close to being the official time, Tom, because where we get from upstairs is just about 3 minutes left in this football game. That's certainly going to hurt that first down there.
The ball's at the 39-yard line of Ocean City. First and 10, Absegami. Somewhere around 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Absegami leads at 31-26. And Ocean City's going to use its final timeout. They got to use them up and stop the clock, and then I think he just checked to see how much time was left, and they'll huddle up and obviously try to strip the ball away. It's not too late to go to Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Gillian's will be open this weekend, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow and from 1 to 6 on Sunday. They're also open tonight, though, pretty close to closing. The Wonderland Pier will continue to be open weekends through October 11th for your entertainment. The summer continues at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. And first weekend in October up at St. Augustine Prep, which is now officially the team to beat in the Cape Atlantic's American Conference after their convincing win over St. Joe's tonight. Okay, we got first and 10 at the Ocean City 39-yard line. Nelson to the outside. Nelson is going to get knocked out of bounds, but he spun back in.
He did step out, I think, Tom. That's why they blew the whistle.
They do stop the clock.
But a smart play by him to get to the sideline and try to take a step back inside so he wouldn't go out of bounds. Just didn't work.
Gained about 6 or 7 yards, so it's second down, 3 or 4 to go for Absegami. They get the play at the sidelines. Marcucci brings it in. There's no hurry here. Of course, the clock stopped, but they want to get it going and keep it going. Ocean City needs to get him to turn it over. Marcucci takes a snap. Hands to Nelson. Nelson up the middle. Nelson first down, and Nelson inside the 20 or 25 to about the 23 or 24-yard line. So they go to him as a running back here down the stretch when they need to run the clock out. They used him more as a wide receiver and slot back throughout most of the game, and he scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, obviously they really want to get the ball to him in open space. Right now they're just looking to protect the lead, and of course now they're just going to go to a knee, but that last first down he gained was Katie bar the door.
Marcucci under center, watching the official till he starts the 5-second count. then he takes a knee. And they know that they only have to do that a certain number of times, and they'll run out the clock. We don't know how many times they have to do it, but it's not going to be too many, maybe even only that once.
Yeah, it looks like the Raiders are walking away from the line of scrimmage, so they may have to go down one more time. They're getting ready to line up here at the 50-yard line.
So Absegami comes back with 3 straight scores, 2 late in the first half, 1 to start the second half, and wins this one 31-26. Some plays in this game that were pretty spectacular on both sides of the ball. Some great runs, some good defensive plays. But Absegami wins it 31-26 over Ocean City here at Carey Stadium in the 2015 opener. And a lot of guys on both sides of the ball are limping to the 50-yard line to shake hands with each other because there were a lot of cramps and other little problems. They didn't keep people out of the game too long, but some of them